Hi everyone, I am M. Srinivas Rao, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Government Dr. B.R. College, Jadcherla. Welcome to today's session. Today, we'll discuss about TCA cycle, tricarboxylic acid cycle, or Krebs cycle, or citric acid cycle. We are in the topic of aerobic respiration. This includes different phases of metabolic activities. The first one is glycolysis, and second one is conversion of pyruvate into acetyl-CoA, and then third one is tricarboxylic acid. In previous sessions, we discussed about glycolysis. Nothing but conversion of glucose to pyruvate. It all occurs in cytoplasm of the prokaryotes and eukaryotes. The formation of pyruvate is a key product in the glycolysis process. Now, after formation of the glycolysis, when the pyruvate molecule formation, to initiate tricarboxylic acid cycle, it needs an intermediary component called as acetyl-CoA enzyme A, which is synthesized from conversion of pyruvate into acetyl-CoA enzyme. Means the formation of acetyl-CoA enzyme A requires the pyruvate. When you discuss with respect to the case of eukaryotes has many organelles inside, like mitochondria. So you have mitochondria inside. This mitochondria is the place where this TCA cycle will occur. The occurrence of tricarboxylic acid cycle takes place in TCA. But glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm to pyruvate. Now, the pyruvate won't have a direct access and entrance into the mitochondria. First, this is the mitochondria. This mitochondria, and this is the pyruvate molecule synthesized in the cytoplasm. It won't have direct entry or access enter into the mitochondria. But then how it can more oxidized into simpler molecule? So hence this pyruvate is converted to acetyl-CoA enzyme. The conversion of the pyruvate into acetyl-CoA enzyme takes place. Then only this acetyl-CoA enzyme enters into the mitochondria and couples with oxaloacetic acid and enter into the tricarboxylic acid cycle. It's a rule in eukaryotic organisms. The process is similar, but where in prokaryotes there is no mitochondria, but it always occurs in cytoplasm, though pyruvate must convert to acetyl-CoA enzyme A, because pyruvate is a 3-carbon molecule and acetyl-CoA enzyme A is a 2-carbon molecule. There is a necessarily conversion of pyruvate into the acetyl-CoA. When you look up aerobic respiration, the second phase of respiratory metabolism of glucose, acetyl-CoA fed into TCA cycle results in the production of carbon dioxide water, reduced coenzymes, and ATP. It all occurs in the tricarboxylic acid cycle, TCA cycle. TCA cycle. And before a molecule enter into TCA cycle, it must convert into acetyl coenzyme. Pyruvate. Pyruvate is converted to acetyl coenzyme A, where NAD get converted to NADH2, and here one thing happens. Coenzyme A is added and carbon dioxide is removed. Coenzyme A is added and carbon dioxide is removed, and this exclusive process is carried out by an enzyme called as pyruvate dehydrogenase, which is a multi-enzyme complex which carry out three different activities, that is carboxylation, addition of coenzyme A, and removal of hydrogen ions. Three activities are taken place by the pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. What it all do? It will convert pyruvate into 2-carbon acetyl coenzyme. This is exclusively carried out by the pyruvate dehydrogenase and it produces carbon dioxide. We'll get carbon dioxide, one of the product. Now this TCA cycle enters. See, the carboxylation of the pyruvate acetyl CoA, carbon dioxide is coupled with conversion of coenzyme A. The metabolic process occurs most in plants, animals, fungi, and many other bacteria. In all organisms except bacteria, the TCA cycle is carried out in matrix of intracellular mitochondria, as I said earlier. And it carried out in 8 major steps catalyzed by the different enzymes. The cycle initiates with the formation of the acetyl coenzyme. And this acetyl coenzyme formation is very crucial and it enters into the cycle. And exclusively TCA is a cycle, it's no more pathway, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And we call it as a we call it as a anabolic cycle. Anabolic cycle, and above all we call it as a biosynthetic cycle. The precursors are the intermediary components which are synthesized during the cycle are very important, and they are used to synthesize many more biomolecules which are necessarily for cellular construction. Hence, TCA cycle is one of the central cycles in the process of respiration. That's why we call it as anabolic and biosynthetic cycle. We'll see the process of cycle. Yeah. As I said, this is the pyruvate, which comes from the pyruvate which comes from the glycolysis. This is the glycolysis. Now pyruvate comes from the glycolysis, the pyruvate molecule, and where reductions NAD plus get converted to NADH2, and coenzyme A is added and carbon dioxide is removed by the pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme, and we get what is this? One of the important component, acetyl coenzyme. And this is also formed from beta oxidation of fatty acids. So directly, either we can get through pyruvate from oxidation of the glucose to pyruvate to acetyl CoA, or directly beta oxidation of fatty acids. From fatty acids they degrade, we get the acetyl CoA. Now it enters and it will combine with one of the molecule, that is oxaloacetic acid, which is a 4 carbon component, oxaloacetic acid, and this is a 2 carbon molecule. They combine each other by an enzyme called as citrate synthase. And here citrate synthase, with the addition of water molecule, we get 6 carbon molecule citrate, or we call it as citric acid. That's a hydrated form. This is the acid form, citric acid. Hence we call it as a citric acid cycle. This was first observed by Hans Krebs, then we call it as a Krebs cycle. Or another scientific name for citrate is tricarboxylic acid. Tricarboxylic. This is the 1, 2, 3. That's what we call it as a TCAC. Now, the cis aconitase, another enzyme, in the second step, which will rearranges the hydroxy group in this citrate and convert it to isocitric acid or isocitrate, and from second carbon atom to it will come to third carbon hydroxy group, and you have isocitrate. Now this isocitrate converted, and here decarboxylation takes place and reduction takes place with an enzyme called as isocitrate dehydrogenase enzyme. Two hydrogen atoms removes and one carbon dioxide removes, and you get one of the important component is alpha ketoglutarate. It's a 5 carbon molecule. Alpha ketoglutarate. Now this alpha ketoglutarate, again with the addition of coenzyme A and removal of the carbon dioxide and reduction, as if it has occurred here, pyruvate converted to acetyl coenzyme, in same manner, the alpha ketoglutarate converts into succinyl CoA with an enzyme alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase enzyme. Again, it is a multi-enzyme complex. Like pyruvate dehydrogenase, alcohol dehydrogenase. It will perform multiple functions. It adds coenzyme, it removes carbon dioxide, and it removes the hydrogens, and you get 4 carbon molecule of succinyl CoA. You need to remember, there is only one molecule which has a 5 carbon number molecule in citric acid cycle is alpha ketoglutarate, and we have 2 6 carbon molecules, that is citrate and isocitrate, and the rest all are 4 carbon molecules. And we have a 6 succinyl CoA, succinyl coenzyme A, we call it as. Again, succinyl coenzyme A with addition of one of the inorganic phosphate, and removal of the coenzyme A with an enzyme called as succinyl CoA synthetase. Here, one GTP will be released. We call it as a substrate level phosphorylation, as we studied in glycolysis process. GTP is equivalent to ATP. And you get a succinate or succinic acid. It is a 4 carbon molecule. Now again, succinate undergo reduction. Where flavin adenine mononucleotide, it receives 2 hydrogen atoms from the succinate with an enzyme succinate dehydrogenase, and it converted to fumarate. Again, it's a 4 carbon molecule. Now this fumarate, with the addition of water molecule in presence of an enzyme called as fumarase, it will convert it to malate or malic acid. Again, it's a 4 carbon. Now the malate undergo reduction by the malate dehydrogenase, where NAD plus converted to NADH plus H plus, and again it converted to oxaloacetic acid. It's a 4 carbon molecule. Now the oxaloacetic acid is ready. Now it will wait for 1 mole of acetyl coenzyme. When 1 mole of acetyl coenzyme comes, it reacts and the cycle begins. Now the cycle turns a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again 1. These kind of series of activities occur in the tricarboxylic acid cycle. So one of the important cycle in the respiration. What is the significance of it? You see, the first stage here, the first part of reduction, where you get NaBH2, and another reduction is here. Second, you get one more reduction, NaBH2. There is here another reduction, you get another more NaBH2, and you have another more reduction here. So you have one more NaBH2, and this is one FADH2, one GTP. This is for when one pyruvate molecule converted to acetyl-CoA. But during glycolysis, we get two pyruvate molecules. Means everything is of 2, 2, 2, 2. Everything is 2. Now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 2s, 8. 8 NaDH2s. And you have 2 FADH2 and 2 GTP. And you got 2 substrate level phosphorylation GTP molecules. And you got, what do you got? 1. This is here 1, 2, and you got 3. And you got 3 carbon dioxide molecules you got. They are very important. What is the benefit? The anabolic pathway, right? So one of the anabolic pathway. What is the use of it? What is the use of citric acid cycle? Have you seen here? Alpha ketoglutarate, succinyl-CoA, malate, oxaloacetate. What are all these? Isocitrate. These are one of the important components required for a cell to synthesize very specific amino acids like glutamate, succinate, aromatic amino acids. Most of the amino acids from succinyl-CoA, you will synthesize porphyrins, which are very important in pyridoxines, heme. If it is a photosynthetic microorganism, for the synthesis of chlorophyll, you require porphyrin rings. You require of succinyl-CoA. You require of malate. You require of oxaloacetic acid. You require of isocitrate alpha ketoglutarate for the synthesis of anrol. For the synthesis of amino acids, alpha ketogluteric acid and oxalic acid serves precursors for amino acids, aspartate, glutamate. And also alpha ketoglutarate used for the building up of purines and pyrimidines, nucleotides. Oxaloacetate is converted to glucose in the gluconeogenesis process. Again, from oxaloacetic acid you will get glucose from by the process of gluconeogenesis. Succinyl-CoA is a central intermediate for the synthesis of porphyrins, as I said, where they are used for the oxygen carriers like hemoglobin, myoglobin, and cytochromes, electron carriers. Citrate is released by some commercially exploited microorganisms as citrate. Citric acid we use as a commercially important product, and it is one of the food preservatives we are using. So a lot more importances, biological importances with the citric acid cycle. That's why it is one of the important key metabolite all aerobic organisms. Through catabolic sugar, fat, proteins, 2-carbon organic product acetate in the form of acetyl-CoA requires H2O. See, NADH2 and QH is generated by citric acid cycle, is used by the oxidative phosphorylation and generate energy-rich adenosine triphosphate. As I said, how many? 8 NADH2s and 2 FADH2s. They participate in oxidative phosphorylation and they generate ATP. Now these are responsible for the production of ATP. The product of this acetyl-CoA is starting point of the citric acid. And from this, there are different enzymes participate, and you will get different components, different intermediary components, and you will get huge amount of energy components. These are participates in oxidative phosphorylation. You will get it. You will get ATP. This was the significance of TCA cycle. You can see here. Now see here, what is malate oxidized complete turn-off cycle generation of the oxaloacetic acid. When you go back to previous sections here, when you see here, this is what is. Here you can see the importance of citric acid cycle. Oxaloacetate, alpha ketoglutarate. You see, amino acids, purines, pyrimidines, proteins, acetyl-CoA enzyme comes from the fatty acid synthesis. It's a central metabolic respiration. When you notice aerobic respiration is nothing but the conversion of the assimilation of nutrients into the cell and conversion of these nutrients into simpler substances and many other precursors for the synthesis of purines and pyrimidines amino acids apart from the generation of ATP. Glycolysis and TCA cycle both are important metabolic pathways and embolic pathways where bioconversion of the molecules takes place. Hence, the reduced molecules like NADH2 are formed, and these are responsible for the energy synthesis. These two pathways and cycles will give an information about the transformation of the glucose into different kind of molecules. But in next sections, we discuss about the next phase of aerobic respiration is energy generation. With the transformation of the components, you get some reduced components and ATPs, and how these molecules are used by the cellular system to get the energy. The cell requires both of them equally, transformed products and energy. In later sections, we'll discuss about how cell gains energy by employing different mechanisms. Thank you.